must be 2 pieces on one spot. It's just about, like, what is this? Oh yeah, they're planted 2 perfectly on top of each other, and it's fighting for whichever one needs to be, like, the most above the other. Anyway, I haven't really seen that because I have got plant sway on, so everything does move a little bit, which, by the way, obviously does not help. I don't mention that very often, but I have got plant sway on, and I do have, as you may have noticed, a few plants. So when they all eventually reach, like, full maturation, it's a bitch. Once they start, like, leaving stuff on the ground and crap, it's horrible. I will check this in a bit too. Selling wolf plushes, I can tell happily. No, give you some more pats if I can. It's just so corpsey over here. Like, I thought he was eating the meat, and then I realized he's feeding a little panther. But I don't know. It's not like I've, like, specifically lost interest for that kind of stuff. It's just, I also have, like, a specificness towards it. Like, I don't mind zombie stuff, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Like, I don't enjoy games that's just, like, a lot of zombie games are kind of like your arcade kind of style. Like, it follows a path, a set route that you have to kind of go and uncover a story and stuff. I like 7 Days to Die for, like, the fact that it's just kind of like open world. I can just go build shit kind of thing. Maybe not even deal with zombies, but occasionally maybe deal with a zombie kind of thing. And Project Zomboid, I don't mind the fact that it's got a lot of zombies, and the danger with those zombies is pretty, like, threatening. But at the same time, like, they are just zombies, so, like, they'll only do, like, so much in a game, you know? Although I have heard that they're apparently going to make it, I think it's a sandbox setting, but apparently that the zombies will be able to open doors, perhaps. And I heard somebody in Reddit, like, made a pretty good, like, argument for that, for, like, you know, like, if a zombie bumps up against, like, a certain type of door or something like that, then yeah, it could potentially open and stuff. And I'm like, that's neat. That would be kind of interesting. Frustrating, though, if you're in, like, somewhere you think is safe and then a zombie just, like, walks in and stuff. But, I don't know. Beyond that stuff, like, I don't really like gore. I don't like gory stuff. I think I'm, like, to some degree desensitized with it because, like, I used to read a pretty, like, gory webcomic and shit when I was, like, younger, so I just, like, water off a back kind of situation. But I don't enjoy seeing it and stuff these days. Like, I was watching a show the other day. It's like, it's not quite an anime, but it's not quite a cartoon. It's like a hybrid between the two. And it's kind of cool, but, like, they have, like, a scene where this person's, like, brain gets lasered down while the guy's alive and awake and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, I did not need to see that kind of thing. And they keep playing it. I'm like, they obviously spent some really good money on this scene. And I get it. I can see that. Like, somebody got, like, really in there with the details and stuff. But I'm like, fuck, I don't need to see it. I don't need to keep seeing it, you know? But yeah, I don't know. With, like, RimWorld and stuff, like, I think if I ever got bored, maybe Shamblers, like, the possibility of, like, fighting the undead coming in as kind of like with the Sclaria stuff, you know, like, how they can kind of infect you now. That is a legitimate concern because I'm like, what if somebody I care about in my colony actually gets infected and then they turn or die? And then, of course, you obviously have, like, X number of corpses, which I don't quite know if you have the Shamblers, if you have Anomaly, and then you have, what do you call it? You have, like, all the Shamblers come in and you kill them, and you have cannibals and stuff. I don't know, but I assume that you could probably eat those corpses unless they're, like, fully rotted, and therefore, like, it's actually like getting, like, a manhunter pack for, like, my colony, where we will definitely cut up that meat and some of the animals. Some of the people can use it if, like, it produces meat and stuff, you know? But yeah, I don't have it, so I don't know. Like, I've seen some people do some interesting things with, like, ideology and stuff, but I'm just not interested in it myself. Like, I already have, like, a heap of stuff going on with my colony, like, you know, they're not allowed drugs and stuff like that, so, like, if we down an enemy and they drop, like, go juice and flake and stuff like that, I basically have to, like, sell that shit ASAP, because like if somebody goes on a drug binge, because as soon as it exists, they'll go on a drug binge. So as soon as they go on a drug binge, I gotta beat the shit out of them. Basically be like, no, you don't get that, you know? And yeah, try to keep them away from it and crap, you know? Hey Sensei, what are you up to? Is it? No, you don't tell me what to do. Nobody does that business. Zomboid will be not this Friday, next Friday. So yeah, there's no stream this week. This is the last stream this week, by the way, for anybody that missed it earlier. I am rigging my avatar for the whole rest of this week and the start of next week. So we have next week, there's Thursday and Friday stream, which I don't know what I'm putting in as Thursday yet. It could be Diablo, it could be RimWorld, one of the two. And McPherson is sick with the flu as well. What are you doubly sick with? Because I thought you got like 2 things going on. Oh yeah, muscle parasites and the flu. Rightio. Can you crawl to a bed? Or go lay down in bed. And Farrell's finally no longer got muscle parasites. Finally. He might actually go and like fucking, I don't know, mildly walk around the colony and be slightly productive. And you look. The avatar, yeah. Look, I don't know how long it's going to take me to rig her. To be honest, like I said, I am not even a novice. I'm commencing, like, learn to rigging, right? I've spent 200 hours plus on her rigging already, and I don't know how much more, but I'm not that fucking far in, so I've still got a lot to go. So all I'm saying is that I'm going to be kind of like, basically like laying down a lot of extra days and hours and stuff like that early on this year to try to work on her, because once she's finished, right? And then we can return to like normal 4 days a week if I want, or 5 days a week if I want, and stuff. But like, yeah, I still have a lot to go with her. I also still have no clue if like how many avatars I technically am making out of her, because as far as I understand, and I do not understand a lot with VTubers yet with this process, because I'm not up to toggles. I've got no clue how that shit works. I got like a rough idea, but no clue. So as far as I know, you can only have so much toggle on a avatar or something like that, or so much shit can happen. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it because I don't quite know. But I have like multiple forms, multiple outfits. As you guys know, like my avatar herself has got a lot of different variety and stuff. So I kind of like also carried that over into her, which also just means that I'm not just rigging technically like a base avatar. If I was just rigging like myself as I appear on screen, or like a different drawing of that one thing, I would probably be reasonably far ahead and stuff, because I've also got to like work out how to apply things to like similar or other layers or different colors and all sorts of shit. And there's not a lot of tutorials that exist about that stuff, because from what I have seen, most people seem to have like either one outfit or one hair color, or one alternative of one outfit and one hair color. And my girl's got like 3+ hair colors to variant. Like my avatar PNG tuber that's on screen at the moment, she's got 3 main. She's got a pink, she's got 2 pinks, she's got goth as well, and then she's got like 7 or 8 outfits or something on her. And that's just for this. And then if I go to my alternate avatar, which is the Kitty Venus form, she then has like several other different dresses as well, variations. So like I'm trying to work out some shit, and a lot of this stuff just doesn't exist, so I kind of have to like figure it out, you know? And because like I am just trying to figure it out, yeah, it slows me down a bit more. Plus I'm also watching a lot of tutorials and shit too. I do want to buy food on this trip. Packaged survival meals would be so fucking expensive. I don't want to buy like extra medicine and stuff, and you're not getting my components because I'm taking them for a trade. I guess they're gonna like rot in a few days. Do you guys have money for this? Not really. I sold like a dinky little knife. I can't really like buy anything else. Okay, just keep going then. Guys, keep going. And I was trying to put this in place, but it's like snowing, so there is that going on as well. I'm putting it about here. Boomlight Revenge. No, that's fine. We'll deal with that. We'll go deal with it. Okay, it's down here somewhere. Should be okay. Regal's pretty close to the fence, so if they break the fence, they'll have everything try to leave, you know? Maybe. Regal, get out of the fucking... Do you know what? I'm not even gonna. You can find your way back into the base, mate. You'll be right. He'll put himself out at some point. Anywho, Regal's basically just fucking been blown up. He's fine. He'll probably live. We're doing solar and unroofing stuff. That's what we were doing. Yeah, no, look, I don't know how long it will take me to, like, rig my avatar. I don't know how much work is technically left on her, but all as I want to do is, as soon as possible, try to finish her with the view that, like, once she's finished, she'll be on screen. And then I can also do a couple of the rewards from last year's Billathon you guys redeemed as well. And then, yeah. Like, the other thing, too, is I also have to, like, to draw her crown now, because you guys also redeemed that. And I'm realizing that, like, the kind of crown that my girl wears in one of her forms, there are not tutorials for that either. And I'm like, I gotta figure out how the fuck to, like, turn something that I don't understand in that format. But I'm like, I got time. I can draw that later. It's fine. But yeah, no, she's some considerable hours. She's, like, obviously, like, any pros and shit out there are gonna, like, hear this and be like, oh my god, like, it shouldn't even take more than, like, I don't know, 20, 50 hours or something like that to do, like, a full thing. It's like, I don't have any experience. Like, I've had to figure out what I'm doing to do the thing. Like, it's like one of those things where streaming and, like, making an avatar and rigging an VTuber and stuff, like, there are people out there that you can kind of ask, like, if you know them, but there's really nobody out there that you can kind of ask for, like, how you do this, or what did you do for this and stuff like that. There's plenty of, like, material out there. There's quite a lot that's like, oh, this is what this looks like, but if you want to know how I did it, there's the link, you know, go pay for it and stuff. And it's like, I'm not in that position. This is why I'm doing it myself, you know. So yeah, I'm just trying to, like, follow as many free tutorials as I can that exist around the internet. Or I'm getting to a point now where I can kind of, like, look at an artwork rigged and I can sort of roughly figure out roughly what they did ish. As long as, like, most of the screen's, like, visible, which is fine. The only problem is, like, my recordings of it and stuff, I did make the mistake of leaving up, when I do art streams, I have, like, a link banner up here, and it's covering a lot of the stuff. So I can't see the exact things that I clicked on, and that makes it a little bit hard to go back and repeat the thing, but it's fine. You guys still, oh, it's because it's snowing. It's only at, like, the end of winter. I guess it's still really cold. I am pretty sure I got rid of some of the fireplaces around the place. Like, that is super cold. I don't know how quickly it's going to warm up in spring, but I do want them to turn off the refueling of as many of these as possible. Like, when I can find one. I know it's keeping the warm-ish, but if they refuel it, it will go like into spring and then potentially into summer, whereas they won't take it out of it if it's just like don't refuel it. They'll put it back in like later. It's fine. So I'm guessing there's not a lot out here that's growing, which means we should have animal starvation again. A lot of the ducks this time. I'm guessing the ducks didn't make it all the way up the map last time, because a lot of the ducks and the chickens and guinea pigs and crap, they're all down here. And there's only like this little patch that's kind of getting grown occasionally. I do kind of feel like I should just make them a bigger spot of that, and we are missing a grow space here. So, I know that looks like it's got a grow space. Yeah, it does. I basically just told them that wherever is outside at the moment, if it can grow something, because we need fucking food. I also told them to clear out a whole bunch of trees along here because I was going to put a fuck ton of solar down. But I do have to go and match this up to what we can manage down here. So it looks like I can fit in 2. So we'll do 2. I'm trying to like still semi-mirror this. I know it's going to lose that little grow spot. We'll get 2 there. And then what do we got? We can put 1 on this. That's going to be a bit of a shit walk around. Honestly, I can see that. It's we kind of have like enough spare that I could move it over by 1. That would be a little bit better, I think. I'd rather have it over by 1 and have them able to walk around it than not. And obviously, like, this top side, they got like most of the way that they can kind of walk around. I'm just trying to get them about as much fucking solar and shit as I can get through here. I don't super love this like layout. I could make it a 1 per thing, but until we have no more blackouts going, because I'm currently uninstalling a whole bunch of, what do you call it? I'm uninstalling a bunch of these solars so that I can move them slightly. And as part of that, it kind of means that like we go up and down in power constantly. Like I got to move the ones that's over there as well too. But what can I fit in this fucking section? We can do at least like these 2. This is fine. I never really wanted them to have the solar sticking up on this end. I tried to keep it all enclosed as best I could because we have like a lot of rocks, and I know that these will they won't get targeted per se, but they will get destroyed if I have raids and battles and shit, right? And I'm not overly worried about them getting destroyed. I just want the space to make enough power between battles to actually like be like pretty useful. I do not want to put it here because this is getting a bit too tight through this spot, and I would kind of like, I tell you what, I wasn't going to mine out any of this, but I do think that we can reach this. How is the power going through here? I reckon we should just skim off this little corner here and that bullshit there. The last thing I need is for them to tuck in. I don't want to like deal with the natural rock much, but I do want to still be able to put some turrets down here because we keep getting attacked down the bottom half of the map, and all this power is offline because that's not connected at the moment because I haven't built that, which means if we were to get attacked, we would definitely get attacked down here at the moment. I think that's about as much solar as we could put around the place, except for if we could move these, which I still need to like pull out the underground stuff. So we'll try to like pull this up and then we'll sort it out later. Okay, that's gonna give us like a half a dozen extra. It's 12 and 27-ish. Give or take, I think there's like 26 because I think one at the top isn't actually finished building. No, they finished it. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that, that's fine. Then I could put like a whole row basically down the side mirroring it to the other, but I need them to finish this first, and I don't know if I can fit that in there. I don't want to remove 3 rows at one time until they've built that, and I know that some of this isn't going to connect, but these ones are connected to that, and these ones are connected, so we haven't like lost them at the moment. And same with when we do this side. I'm only doing like 3 to 6 panels at a time so that we don't have what do you call it? I don't really want to lose a lot of electricity around the place because, like, we're not storing a lot at the moment. I'd like to get to a point where we could have more. I don't want to just have solar. The problem is I don't find that wind turbines do much, and I already am maxing the amount of geothermals that exist on this map. So there isn't much else I can do with that. I can get rid of these. This is starting to kind of show up a bit better, which is nice. That bit will stay, but this bit won't. Yes, maybe. We'll see. I'll get rid of this whole corner here because honestly, it's fine. We'll just remove it all. And that way we can reclaim it into other stuff. Plus I've got like that wall and stuff. I don't know yet if that's the shape that I'm going to keep. And speaking of that, is I do need them to kind of keep working on this bit inside. Because this is not what I want and I don't need that bit there. So I do hope that they kind of finish this. I also noticed that my animals migrate through here like a lot. And I'm not too sure what that's about. But now that these are gone, we should be able to put these up here. And I should be able to put, before this gets fully closed, I think I was going to put an air conditioning unit in these. Because the air conditioning unit or the hospital is going to air condition unit this room as well. And a lot of these hospital beds are going to end up probably in here, give or take. I'll see how it looks. I'll see how I feel about this shit. Because the doors are like supposed to be sort of here, and I've kind of like mushed it down like one. And same with this, like I've mushed it down by one. I could have made this 2 and then like extended it down by 1 as well. That also would have worked, but I had to kind of remove it to see what I was working with because, yeah, I kind of can't see what I'm working with here. They better not be wanting this as food, you fucked. My god. I'm trying to grow medicine to save your asses, and you're just gobbling it down as food. My god. I need to just like grow a pile of drugs that nobody wants, nobody can harvest, and you guys can have those. I could actually do that somewhere on the map. At the moment, like I would think that a large area like this, if they grow it, we should be able to get it. Although, if they're growing it and we're harvesting these grow rooms and they're eating out here, as long as I'm getting some production, because like I've got like 6 berries and I've got 60 rice, which is slightly better than what we started with. We also have eggs, which is interesting. We still have eggs, we still have milk. We don't, oh, we do have meat. What did we harvest? A lot of boom lopes. Yeah, they all basically gave birth and went kaboom. We still have simple meals, which my people aren't surprisingly interested in eating here. I do think that they're eating some, but I don't think they're eating enough. And the food is going into everything. Okay. Well, food production is looking okay. I think they've made almost all of the cat beds, if not all of the cat beds around the map. They are making 5 foam poppers. They're working on it as they're getting to it. Just making sure that like any rooms and shit that should be enclosed or is missing something for whatever reason may have whatever it is. And I'll probably start doing carpet flooring and shit soon. But I do think we've got most of the turrets up online. I do think we've got most of these fucking things online. Let's have a look at components production. Now, I do have like a reasonably sizable components production. What do we got? Advanced components are currently capped, which is fine. And we're making components when we hit the wall of 100. And these ones will stop when they hit 100. But I have still got like a couple of benches that will do forever. So it doesn't look like we can kind of go past 100 at a time, which is okay. I don't really want them to do that at the moment. I'd like them to have kind of the surplus and work on other shit, you know. If we're good with that, are they making any prosthetics on any of these? We had bionics. I don't want them to pump out like hundreds of these because they're going to use up a lot of stuff. But anything that we might need. I should go install some organs in some people. Does this one have, yeah, make components forever? I just had to check because I'm like, a couple of these have got a lot of other things and I mostly want them to make those later. So I haven't removed them. But yeah, it looks like It looks like we're good for that at the moment. What are we making on this? We're shredding mechanoids at the moment. I could probably say maybe start making some simple helmets. I'm okay with that, because most of my people will go and put a helmet on. My only problem is in winter they may be cold, because I don't know if like helmets give them warmth. I assume that they don't. And I'll make more guns later. At the moment, a lot of my guns may be in like poor condition because we made them at Dryden, and we did take like 5-6 months to move. So we did stop production a while ago. Same with like clothes, which is why we have so many tattered apparel. Although some of them have gone down with that number, so how are we going with clothes? We still got a lot of good stuff, or what? We have a lot of pants, I noticed. Are you guys like exclusively mostly making pants right now? That's what's going on. We've got t-shirts. T-shirts are priority on that one. I just want to see what they're making. You're making pants as a priority. You're making pants. You've hit the wall with t-shirts. Why aren't you at 100? That one should be... yes, let me fucking work on it. This needs to be 100. And same with 100. And Parker, Talk, all that stuff. Like, I'm not so worried about them like hitting like 100 on a Talk and stuff, because we'll have helmets eventually. But I do still need them to pump out like about 100 of like clothes and shirts and pants and stuff. I'm noticing a few of these have got like evenly balanced between t-shirt and pants, so we should be getting those. And as far as I'm concerned with the anything policy, I don't want to make this too fucking strict, but we'll take it up to 40 because there's a lot of people that's currently wearing 35 or less, I think. And I do think, if I'm right about this, which I'm not 100% because I haven't dabbled with this in fucking years, but I think what they'll do is anybody that's less than the 40% on their clothing should want to go and replace it with other clothing, which should hopefully decrease some of the rate of people saying that they're wearing tattered apparel. But we'll see, because like it's still going to take them a couple of days to cycle in and cycle out and change their clothes over and stuff like that if they need it. But if this goes drastically down from 170 odd, right, if we suddenly go down to like 150 odd or something, that's what it is. That's what we got to do. And there's not much I can do about like weapons or armor. If anybody is wearing armor, which only a couple of people are, their shit might be really bad as well. Like Kit's got armor, I think. Yeah, you got some marine armor. You've also got like a 45%. I'll find out what it is, because like anything less than 50%, I think they're supposed to like destroy or smelt or some shit like that. I've got something like that set up. Also, I gave Dark Eye a thing to learn before, but Lauren, what do? You do animals, social, do medical, autistic. You can't do crafting. I'm trying to get these couple to be able to do everything. I'm pretty sure I have them set up like with Star, that they can do anything, and after a while they will find something to do. It gets your intellectual higher. Can't do crafting. Your social's pretty high. Construction. I don't want you to learn social and intellectual. Okay, so there's nothing I can teach her at the moment that's going to make her more useful around the base. So, and I'm pretty sure she's incapable of leaning. Dumb labor, skilled labor. I thought so. Okay, but she can do stuff with animals, and for the most part, I have a lot of animals. So eventually when we get some surplus of food, which we really just don't have at the moment, which is what I'm trying to like fix, what I will be trying to fix for a while, because like we moved, but for like a portion of the year we don't have crops. And on top of that, we had like a cold snap and stuff as well, which did not help us. But we got our like planting crew out here at the moment, so that's neat. Yeah, if I could get them to just grow a nice surplus of like food, that would be amazing. Like I was going to immediately change this over to chocolate when it was fully grown. but I think I'd be better off throwing down like a fucking rice crop or berries or some shit like that. I know rice would probably grow the fastest. I know they probably feed berries and shit to the animals as well. I'd like to have like a pretty sizable portion of like fucking corn somewhere too. Actually, here's not a bad spot for it realistically. Hold on. I just kind of noticed this little sort of nook here. I'd have to like... No, it shouldn't go over the extra ones. Masterwork, that's fine. Can I make just a big old section of corn here? The only reason why I want it here is because the animals should not be able to get to it. I do think that the thrombos might be able to, but the rest of the like hauling animals should not be able to access this area, which means what little I can grow, I will grow. You good, Phoenix? Sorry, my cat Phoenix just came flying in here. Absolutely wind up his butt friskiness. And even Azula doesn't look impressed. Azula's my other cat. But yeah, it was mildly distracting. I was looking at this and I heard him like, I'm guessing he must have ran past her. And yeah, I just had to check because if he's jumped in, she's probably like slapped him one in the process of like running through the room. He looks fine. He can't get back out though because she's laying in the doorway. So he'll figure that out. He'll either lay down or he'll jump back over her to get back out. The door's open, by the way. She's just in the doorway. The whole doorway. So yeah. We also look like we're gonna have like a flash storm, dry thunderstorm. Okay, well that's fine. Shit will catch fire. So I'm gonna have like a fuck ton of fire foam poppers in the base, but I also want to put them through the base because of the fucking boomalopes and shit that I own. But I also want to put... I haven't dabbled much with traps, but I wanted to put down some EMP traps, which should hopefully paralyze mechanoids for a few seconds. Since it's hidden in surrounding terrain, it cannot be placed adjacent to other traps. I can sense these. So my only thing with these is I'd love to be able to... Like, I do think if I put it there, it would disable this, but I also think that by the time it can reach that spot, those traps are already, like, those turrets are already offline. For example, if a cluster of mechs were to drop in this corner, and they happen to break this